Hello friends, I am Dr. Madhukar Jadhav. In previous lecture, we have studied various chemical characteristics of wastewater, in that dissolved oxygen, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand and treatability index. In this lecture, we are going to study the first part of stream sanitation, in which we are going to study stream sanitation, self purification of natural streams and factors responsible for self purification. So, we will start with stream sanitation. After conveying the wastewater through sewers, the next step is its final disposal, either by treatment or even before treatment. The method of disposal of wastewater may be classified under the following categories. First one, natural methods, in which wastewater can be disposed of by dilution. Second, the wastewater may be applied on the land. Second, artificial methods, in which wastewater has given the primary treatment and the secondary treatment. And third one is the combination of natural and artificial, in which primary treatment is given to the wastewater and after that treated sewage is disposed by natural methods. Dilution is one of the important technique which is prominently used for the disposal of wastewater. It consists of discharging the sewage into receiving water body such as river, lake and sea. This is done on the assumption that sufficient dissolved oxygen is available in the water body so that biochemical oxygen demand is satisfied by that stream water or river water. If, however, the dilution water is not sufficient to supply the biochemical oxygen demand to oxidize the entire matter present, there will be nuisance of organic matter and unsightly condition will be developed over there. In addition, depletion of oxygen would kill aquatic life and danger to the public health in that particular area. The next one is self purification of natural stream. When wastewater is discharged into natural streams, it pollutes the stream water in various ways by depleting the oxygen level in the water. The organic matter is broken down by the bacteria to ammonia, nitrate, sulfates and the carbon dioxide. In this process of oxidation, the dissolved oxygen content of the natural water is utilized by the bacteria, and due to this there is a deficiency of dissolved oxygen in natural water. As the excess organic matter is stabilized, a normal cycle will be re-established in the process known as self-purification, wherein the oxygen is replenished by reaeration due to wind currents. Also, the stable byproducts of oxidation mentioned above are utilized by plant and algae to produce carbohydrates and oxygen. Self-purification of stream involves various physical, chemical and biological factors or actions in the nature which are explained below. First important factor is dilution. When wastewater is discharged into the receiving water, by dilution takes place, due to which the concentration of organic matter is reduced and potential nuisance of sewage is also reduced. When dilution ratio is quite high, large quantity of DO are always available, which will reduce the chance of putrefaction of waste and the pollution effect. Aerobic condition will always exist because of dilution. When large quantity of effluent is discharged into small stream, then dilution ratio is small. When we are diluting the sewage with the water body, then the concentration of different pollutants in the water body is changed. This concentration C of the mixture is calculated by the equation C is equal to Cs into Qs plus Cr into Qr divided by Qs plus Qr, where Cs is equal to concentration of sewage, Qs is equal to flow rate of sewage, Cr is equal to concentration of river, Qr is equal to flow rate of river. This equation is applicable separately to concentration of different impurities such as oxygen content, BOD, suspended sediment, etc. Second factor is the dispersion due to currents, or we can say velocity. When the organic matter is discharged into the river stream, it gets rapidly dispersed and diluted. This results in lowering of the waste concentration and thus reduces the potential nuisance of that sewage. Self-purification of stream largely depend upon currents which will readily disperse the wastewater in the stream. High velocity improves reaction which reduces the concentration of pollutants. Third factor is sedimentation. If the stream velocity is lesser than the core velocity of the particle, sedimentation will take place, thus helping for the self-purification of the stream. The next factor is oxidation. The organic matter present in wastewater is oxidized by aerobic bacteria utilizing dissolved oxygen of the natural water. The process of oxidation will continue till organic matter has been completely oxidized. This is very important action for the self-purification of rivers. Fifth factor is reduction. The reduction occurs in the stream due to hydrolysis of organic matter biologically or chemically. Aerobic bacteria will split the organic matter into liquid and gases, thus paving way for their ultimate stabilization by oxidation. Next important factor is temperature. At low temperature, the activities of bacteria is low and hence the rate of decomposition will also be low, though DO will be more because of increased solubility of oxygen in water. At high temperature, however, the self-purification takes place less time, though the DO of quantity will be less. And the seventh important factor is sunlight. Sunlight helps certain microorganisms to absorb carbon dioxide and give out oxygen, thus assisting in self-purification process. Also, sunlight act as a disinfectant and stimulate the growth of algae which produce oxygen during daytime but utilizes oxygen in night time. Hence, whenever there is a algal growth, the water may be supersaturated with dissolved oxygen during daytime. So this is all about the first part of stream sanitation. Thank you.